Ireland, a country known for its enchanting folklore, rich history, and a rugby team that strikes fear into the hearts of opponents around the world. Their players are relentless, their fans are fanatical, and their victories, well, they're nothing short of legendary. But what if I told you there's something more, something darker behind Ireland's success? Today, we're diving into the scary truth about Ireland that no one's noticing. Buckle up, because once you hear this story, you'll never look at Ireland or its rugby team the same way again. The rise of a rugby giant. Let's rewind the clock. Decades ago, Ireland wasn't the unstoppable rugby powerhouse that it is today. Sure, they had grit and spirit, but they were far from the team that would go toe-to-toe with the All Blacks or consistently dominate Six Nations. And then, almost out of nowhere, boom! They exploded onto the scene. They were bulldozing teams, pulling off incredible upsets and striking fear into the best of the best. But here's the question nobody's asking. How? What changed? How did Ireland, a small island nation, become a global rugby powerhouse? Was it all hard work and strategy, or was something else at play? Was there something, or someone, fueling this meteoric rise? A country built on legends and myths. Ireland is no stranger to legends. For centuries, it's been a land of mysticism and mythology, where stories of supernatural beings and ancient heroes are as common as the Green Hills. They've got tales of warriors with superhuman strength, mythical creatures that guard treasures, and banshees that wail before doom. And some say this history isn't just stories. What if the power fueling Ireland's rugby success is connected to those same ancient myths? Think about it. A team of modern-day Celtic warriors, almost as if they were chosen to carry on the strength of their ancestors, wielding an uncanny power that can't be explained by mere training drills. The Irish curse. But here's where things get really strange. For every jaw-dropping victory, there's a crushing defeat that seems to come out of nowhere. One day, they're unstoppable. The next, it's like they've hit a wall, like some invisible force is keeping them in check. It's as if Ireland is destined to only get so close to greatness before something pulls them back. Could it be that Ireland's strength comes at a price? The very spirit that fuels their power may also impose a limit, a curse, so to speak. It's as if they're only allowed to get so close to victory before they are pulled back to earth, grounded by some invisible rule of rugby fate. This curse becomes a ghost haunting every match, every tournament, making fans hold their breath, half celebrating, half worrying if this time will be different, or if history will repeat itself. A secret pact. There's an old story whispered around Ireland that says when the rugby team was in its darkest times, struggling to make its mark, they made a deal. Not with sponsors or coaches, but with something far older. Some fans believe Ireland's success comes from a secret pact, a connection to the land itself, tapping into ancient forces that would make their team unbeatable on the field. Sounds crazy, right? But look at the way they play. The unity, the unbreakable spirit. It's almost supernatural. And if this pact is real, it's not the type of thing you walk away from. But deals like that don't come without a cost. And when Ireland falls, they fall hard. Injuries, losses, seasons that seem cursed from the start. It's like the rugby gods giveth and they taketh away. The fans, more than just supporters. Now let's talk about something that makes Irish rugby truly unique, the fans. But calling them fans doesn't quite do them justice. These aren't just people watching a game, there's something much more profound, almost mythical. When Irish supporters show up, they don't just cheer, they chant, they sing, and they roar. It's this collective, almost primal energy that makes the entire stadium feel electric. Like it's not just the players on the field, but an entire nation pushing behind them. Imagine 50,000 people, all moving as one, united in song. Their voices blending into a force so intense, it feels like more than just excitement. The sound isn't just noise, it's power, raw and undeniable. You don't just hear it, you feel it. It's almost as if they're calling on something ancient, something deeply rooted in Irish culture and history to descend upon that field. In those moments, the stadium becomes something sacred, a place where modern sport meets something much older and more mysterious. It's almost as if the crowd itself becomes part of the team, like an extra player on the field. There's a shared belief amongst fans and players alike that this connection, this collective power, genuinely affects the game. Some will say it's just intense passion, but others, they might call it something more. The unseen cost of greatness. Behind the scenes of Ireland's celebrated victories lies a sobering reality. For every high-energy performance, there's an unseen toll on the players, a cost measured not in trophies, but in blood, sweat, and often quiet suffering. Sure, they may look like warriors on the field, but beneath the cheers and the glory, these players are pushing their bodies and minds to the very brink. These men live under immense physical and mental strain. Training camps push them to extreme limits. The endless cycle of intense games and practices barely gives them time to recover, and the pressure to constantly deliver is relentless. Injuries aren't just occasional setbacks, they're almost expected, with players often fighting through pain just to stay on the field. And while they may recover physically, many players carry lasting scars, both mental and emotional. For some, the sacrifices have lingering effects. It's not uncommon for retired players to speak of sleepless nights, anxiety, and even regret. They might talk about the feeling of having given so much to the game that it's left them drained, haunted even, as if a part of themselves is still locked on that field, reliving every tackle and every brutal hit. Legends who paved the way. Behind Ireland's rise to power stands legends. Players who did more than wear the green jersey. They laid the foundation for what Irish rugby has become today. These legends didn't just bring skills to the game, they brought resilience, strategy, and a sense of purpose that reshaped Irish rugby. Take Ronan O'Gara, Ireland's master kicker. O'Gara's consistent, calm under pressure kicking gave Ireland a weapon that opponents feared. Every time he stepped up for a kick, his accuracy and reliability inspired the team's confidence, lifting them during pivotal moments. O'Gara's influence set a standard for precision that's still central to Ireland's game strategy. Then there's Brian O'Driscoll, arguably one of the greatest centres of all time. O'Driscoll wasn't just a player, he was a game changer. With his fearless runs and sharp vision, he taught the Irish squad to play with an edge, turning Ireland's backline into a force to be reckoned with. His style of play and leadership on the field inspired generations of players to adopt a more aggressive, dynamic approach. When O'Driscoll took the field, his drive pushed his teammates to reach levels they didn't know they had. And Johnny Sexton, the resilient leader who was the captain before he retired in 2023. Sexton has been the heart and soul of Irish rugby in the modern era, leading the team through glorious highs and challenging lows. Sexton's fearlessness and determination pushed his teammates to rise above, even when the odds were stacked against them. His leadership and grit helped build a culture of toughness and accountability that has defined Ireland's identity, especially during critical Six Nations tournaments and World Cup showdowns. Guiding the legends. The foundation laid by these players was strengthened by visionary coaches who guided the team with strategy and innovation. Joe Schmidt, with his meticulous attention to detail, introduced a disciplined structure and tactical depth that took Ireland to new heights. In 6 years under his leadership, Ireland won 3 Six Nations championships, including a Grand Slam in 2018. Ireland was ranked number 1 in the World Rugby rankings for the first time in their history in 2019 and recorded their first ever wins over New Zealand. Schmidt's influence taught the team to approach each game with precision, setting up frameworks that allowed legends like O'Gara, O'Driscoll, and Sexton to shine. Today, Andy Farrell continues his legacy, nurturing the team's mental resilience and fostering a sense of unity. Under Farrell's leadership, Ireland has become not just a group of talented individuals, but a cohesive force that moves with one one mind and one spirit. He coached the team to a 2-1 series victory in New Zealand in 2022 and 2 consecutive Six Nations Championship wins in 2023 and 2024, including a Grand Slam in 2023. Farrell's focus on team unity and adaptability has strengthened the squad, enabling them to face the world's best with unwavering confidence. Their legacy, their sacrifice. These legends didn't just shape Irish rugby, they elevated it, paving the way for a team that plays not only with skill, but with a heart and passion that reflects the entire country. Through their commitment, they passed down a legacy of resilience, skill, and pride that current players carry forward. Every victory, every hard-fought point echoes the sacrifices they made to bring Irish rugby to the world stage. Their impact on Irish rugby is undeniable. They are warriors, legends, and perhaps even martyrs to a sport that demands all they have. They've left a legacy that drives the team to this day. A legacy that every new player embraces when they step onto the field. Ireland. A land of legends and warriors, bound together by grit, pride, and an unbreakable spirit. But every legend carries a cost, and every warrior bears a scar. Some seen, some hidden. The question remains, how long can they endure before the price catches up? Someday, somehow, someone will have to pay.